Hello, compliments of the season. Welcome to news on NTA International. I'm Goody Anunihu. First, the headlines. Second wave of COVID-19 in Nigeria, Lagos, Rivers, and Kaduna state governments to enforce strict adherence to safety guidelines. Researchers develop 2 varieties of crops suitable for planting in arid zone in Nigeria. And 27 European Union member states approve EU-UK post-Brexit trade deal. Now the news in full. We begin with health concerns. Lagos state government has charged individuals involved in buying and issuing of fake COVID-19 printed results to desist from the act or risk being prosecuted. Lynn Leneke reports that the State Commissioner for Health, Professor Akin Abayomi, gave the warning while updating the media on the pattern of the second wave of the virus in Nigeria and Lagos.
Professor Akin Abayomi attributed the second wave of COVID-19 in Lagos State to general laxity, false sense of security, non-adherence to safety guidelines, reopening of schools and the economy.
Now you will see a lot of public information. We're going to renew our public health campaigns. As we're doing right now, we will continue to promote the non-pharmaceutical interventions and emphasize the guidelines that protect people from COVID-19.
Professor Abayomi disclosed that an increase in positive cases from travelers into the country has risen to 8% in the last 1 week, noting that more stringent measures are being adopted by the state government to check the spread of the killer virus, particularly at the community level.
Looking at our profile, and we're saying that majority of people don't get that sick, and even those that get sick, rather than waste your money, try and get those people to hospitals, manage them early with the improved management protocols that we have now, and you will save lives.
Early diagnosis allows for prompt and adequate management and care. The Commissioner for Health says the state has increased its testing capacity to between 2,000 to 3,000 daily. He advised Lagosians to embrace safety guidelines and use facilities provided for free to get evaluated and tested if noticed any symptoms. In Lagos, Lynn Leneke, NTA News.
Also, Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike has threatened to lock down the state if the cases of COVID-19 continue to increase in the state. The governor was reacting to the second wave of COVID-19 and the lackadaisical attitude of people to safety protocols. Goody reports.
With 40 new cases of COVID-19 infection in the state, going by the update of Nigeria Center for Disease Control on the 26th of December 2020, Governor Wike says the government will have no choice than to introduce more stringent measures to ensure the second wave of the pandemic is checked. He reminded church leaders on the need to observe the prescribed safety protocols on COVID-19.
I want to appeal to all of you, but we have to be more strict now, because the way the second wave is going is more deadly than the first wave. I know how many people who have lost since the second wave started. Bishop, let our people wear their mask. Tell all the churches in your diocese that everybody must wear mask. If you don't comply, I have no choice but to shut down the churches.
The governor assured the church of his administration's support while also promising Omagwa people that the government will construct the road leading to the palace of their paramount ruler. In Omagwa, Ogidi, NTA News.
In the same spirit, Kaduna State government is enforcing the use of face mask in public places as part of measures to prevent community transmission of COVID-19 in the state. Haruna Mohammed, who monitored the exercise, reports that State Task Force on COVID-19 has been going around the metropolis to ensure strict compliance with safety measures.
The use of face masks is one of the many ways of curtailing the spread of coronavirus among the people. However, there is apathy among people who defy government directives on the use of face masks in public.
So I don't see anybody still contesting as if there's politics about COVID. COVID is real.
Whoever disbelieves in this pandemic, that is the COVID-19, is just deceiving himself.
This prompted the State Task Force on COVID-19 to swing into action and enforce compliance.
It's very nice for the security and the purpose of life of people. Effort of the government, at least to ensure everybody comply with this COVID-19 guidelines. This disease is real, so we have to obey and compliance for the government.
Apart from that, the task force is also enforcing ban on street begging and hawking, all with the view to stopping the spread of the virus. The enforcement exercise covers ban on commercial motorcycles in line with the Kaduna State Motorcycle Prohibition Act of 2018. In Kaduna, Haruna Mohammed, NTA News.
In Ondo State, all crossover services into the new year 2021 will not go beyond 10 p.m. local time. The chairman of the State Interministerial Committee on COVID-19, Professor Adeshegun Fatusi, who gave the directive while briefing newsmen in Akure, says this is part of measures to contain further spread of COVID-19. Abiola Ario, however, reports that the Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, Ondo State chapter says it is not aware of the development.
With the new wave of COVID-19 visible in many parts of the world, including Nigeria, proactive measures have been taken by the government of Ondo State to contain the spread of the virus.
When it comes to the issue of social events and religious services, you know that there is a curfew in place, a national curfew, and the state is bound by the principles and by the letter and spirit of that curfew. Therefore, churches, mosques, religious services are not permitted in line with that curfew to hold any service beyond 10 o'clock.
However, Chairman Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN Ondo State, Reverend John Oladapo says churches will still hold midnight services as the normal tradition demands.
As of today, there has not been any formal communication as regards that to us as a people, and I'm not aware that crossover service is banned in any form. We have asked people to please maintain the necessary protocol that the government has put in place, but this should not disturb us from praying. We need prayer. Nigeria needs prayer.
The State Interministerial Committee on COVID-19 insists that placing a ban on crossover services is part of measures to contain the spread of the virus in the state. In Akure, Abiola Rio, NTA News.
And on the global scene, ambassadors from the 27 European Union member states approve the EU-UK post-Brexit trade deal, just as US President Donald Trump signs the government spending and COVID-19 relief package into law. Uche Iguchukwu is here with details.
US President Donald Trump has signed the government spending and COVID-19 relief package into law, averting a government shutdown and delivering aid to individuals and businesses as the pandemic worsens. Trump signed off the $2.3 trillion spending package days after he asked Congress to remove wasteful items in the bill and boost the amount of stimulus checks to $2,000 for individuals, up from $600. Meanwhile, Finland and South Korea confirmed first cases of the new COVID-19 variant from UK returnees, while South Africa becomes the first on the African continent to register more than 1 million COVID-19 cases. Nigeria, on the other hand, continues to witness spike in new cases, with 838 infections detected Sunday, bringing the total confirmed figure to 84,414. And the tally collated by Wodometer Coronavirus Dashboard at 6 p.m. local time shows global confirmed cases of COVID-19 have crossed 81 million. To other matters, ambassadors from the 27 European Union member states have approved the EU-UK post-Brexit trade deal, paving the way for it to take effect. The deal is likely to become law on 1st January, as the UK Parliament is expected to approve it on Wednesday. The deal ends nearly 50 years of UK membership of the bloc, covering a vast array of policies besides those covering common trade rules. I am Uche Ugochukwu.
And to give more insights on the second wave of COVID-19 in Nigeria and efforts to enforce adherence to safety protocols, I have with me in the studio Eharo Atta, Head, Enforcement and Enlightenment Unit, FCT COVID-19 Task Force. You're welcome to NTA International, sir.
Thank you very much.
Now, what are the major differences between the second wave and the first experienced in the country?
Yeah, I think the second wave for us is a little bit more complex. Speaking from the standpoint of those of us who are in enforcement, is more difficult. It comes just at the verge or at the brink of a festivity, while the first wave just came after we finished the new year and we just rolled into February, March, and we entered the first wave. So the first wave, there was enough compliance. The second wave, here we are seeing more of what someone described as our COVID fatigue. That is what we're seeing in the second wave. But the second wave, from the medical perspective, is more deadlier than the first, coming with different strain, like what we've seen in the UK, seen in part of South Africa, Cape Town, Johannesburg, and even Pretoria. So I think the second wave is more complex.
Why is it spreading fast now?
Because largely from what the doctors told us, this one is coming fully at the point of winter, the Harmattan season. The one we had before, by this time early last year and early this year, we saw the COVID-19 or the coronavirus then fully in Wuhan. It have not moved to other parts of the world. So we are all looking at Wuhan, and President Donald John Trump of the US describing it as a Chinese disease. But now it is winter, the weather is cold, the dusty wind and others can carry it very fast, and it's really spreading. And beside that also, we got so many things from our own end here. We had the NSAS protest. People are already so relaxed from the first wave here. Everyone is so relaxed here, and the issue of the health protocols are not well followed. So it is coming out very fast.
So we're in Harmattan and a winter-like situation. Now, Nigerians have loosened their guards in adhering to safety protocol. What danger does this pose?
The danger is that the virus will spread very fast here. We have been told by health sector stakeholders, experts, and workers that, look, we need to do the non-pharmaceutical approach to it. We need to actually get ourselves involved in compliance with health protocols here. You put your face mask on. Beside that one, you wash your hands regularly. You also ensure if you don't have water, you can sanitize your hand. You keep physical distancing like what we have in the studio here. And I think if we do all of this, we can defeat the virus here. So if we lose our guard, if we go and sit down, the enemies get fortified, the enemy can strategize and hit us very hard.
Some states are already threatening strict enforcement of the COVID-19 protocols. Will FCT follow suit?
Well, I think FCT is the lead. I always think that the lead here. So many persons, if you are around here, you could see that the Millennium Park was fully shut down, really very fully shut down. Unity Fountain was fully shut down. The Jabi Park was shut down. Several other key amusement parks were shut down in the city. These are areas of maximum extreme crowd during festivity. They were completely empty. And even just a few minutes ago, I had to rush down. We are doing intra-mall inspection, checking the shopping mall and everything to ensure that everyone complies.
You have been arresting people. What are the penalties as you have been arresting them?
For me as an enforcer, ours is to enforce compliance. We arrest, we submit to the mobile court. The mobile court, the judges decide. Sometimes some gets 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 500 naira. Some are let go. Sometimes I think it's all when we arrest. The penalty is not dependent on the judge. We, the enforcers, we arrest, I give to the prosecutor, and we pull back.
You advise to Nigerians on the need to adhere to this COVID-19 protocols at this time.
My advice is for us to please try and comply, particularly those of us who are in the village and rural communities. Most of the super carriers are those who are younger persons who are asymptomatic. When you take this COVID-19 and you go around home, I'm seeing festivity, no face masks, no social distancing, everyone is just agog here. Please let us learn to comply. As I told them yesterday at the Millennium Park, those who want to enter and we have to prevent them. There's going to be so much festivity, so much Christmas to come, but let's not for one make ourselves not be able to see the other. Let's just do what is right here. I'm very confident that very soon we'll flatten the curve, defeat COVID-19, unite again, throw away the face masks when COVID-19 is finally gone, and turn back to our full life.
Thank you very much, Eharo Atta, for your insight.
Thank you very much. A wonderful time being with the NTA family.
This is news on NTA International reaching you from Abuja. Stay tuned for more reports.
Experience unlimited super-fast internet access from Entel 4G. Entel. Live more.
Dialogue, empathy, love and unity. These are vital components of nation building.
We have lived in harmony with the Igbos, with the Hausas, with the Edo. Everybody that comes to this state, we have lived in harmony. Because we believe in the unity of this country.
We call for peace, we call for calm, but we also call for justice and accountability.
Let's build and not destroy.
Thank you for staying with us. President Muhammadu Buhari has felicitated with former Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Defense, retired Major General Oluyemi Bayowa on his 80th birthday. In a statement signed by his Senior Special Assistant on Media and Publicity, the President rejoiced with the family of the Jagumolu of Ikale land, as well as the government and people of Ondo State in celebrating the milestone age. And as he joins the octogenarian club, President Buhari wished him divine blessings of good health and longer life so that he will continue to serve his community, country, and humanity. Similarly, President Buhari has felicitated with renowned broadcaster Smollett Adetosheyeshe Shitu Alamu, popularly known as the Alamu Man, on his 70th birthday. In a statement by his media advisor, the president applauded the writer, actor, disc jockey, presenter, producer, and current affairs commentator for bringing joy to radio listeners, particularly in the western part of the country in the past 45 years. Now, one person has been arrested and two others at large for allegedly impersonating as officials of the National Identity Management Commission and extorting money from unsuspecting people in Kebbi State. NTA News, who monitored the conduct of the registration exercise in Birnin Kebbi, was told that more centers have been created while awaiting data capturing machines from the headquarters in Abuja. The report.
Following the directives by the federal government that people must link their SIM cards with the national identification number or get their SIM cards blocked, people are trooping to the National Identity Management Commission offices to register and obtain their NIN numbers before the expiration of the ultimatum. However, the high demand and eagerness for the registration has given rise to impersonation by some people. In Kebbi State, a member of a gang of fraudsters, Faruku Sodangi, was said to have been arrested, while the other two members, Atiku Abubakar and Sheikh Usman, are on the run. They were alleged to have disguised as staff of the National Identity Management Commission, collecting money from people for the registration. Reacting to the arrest, the Kebbi State Coordinator, National Identity Management Commission, Alhaji Bello Bagudo, stated that there are registration centers in all the 21 local government areas of the state and the registration process is totally free. He commended the community for their sensitivity and enjoined others to report suspicious movement in their areas. Alhaji Bello Bagudo urged people to be patient as more machines will be provided soon and express his appreciation for the smooth conduct of the exercise and observance of social distancing.
A lot of these people coming here, they are eager to get this number, but the equipment we have, we need more systems. which right now we have sent the request to the headquarters, and today I may likely receive 3 of those systems coming, so that we can expand our operations. Again, we are looking at a way to collaborate with state so that they can assist us with logistics support, so that this project will become a success.
Some of the registrants interviewed commended the smooth conduct of the exercise, but urged for more centers to reduce the delay.
What we are advising to government, they should extend more centers to avoid the crowd because of this COVID-19.
I came to do my national ID card because I want to link my national ID card with my SIM card. So we are trying to do it, but it is very difficult.
They also appealed for special provision for the aged and physically challenged persons to ease the long hours waiting for the attention of the NIMC officers. From Benin Kebi, Abdullah Umar Ilalu, NTA News.
Going agriculture now, the recently launched National Young Farmers Scheme, an initiative of National Agricultural Land Development Authority, NALDA, by President Muhammadu Buhari to engage 1,000 youths in each of the 774 local council areas in agriculture, has the capacity to create jobs, ensure food sufficiency, and maintain the sector's position as the largest contributor to the nation's gross domestic product. The special advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, disclosed this while on a working visit to Abeokuta.
Job creation is central to the heart of this government. Each time we hold a Federal Executive Council meeting and a minister comes to make a proposal, it is mandatory that that minister must include the number of jobs that will be generated.
Mr. Femi Adesina, while speaking to NTA News on the achievements of the current administration in the outgoing year, promised that the federal government would continue to roll out policies and programs targeting more youthful population by streamlining priority on agriculture, arts, entertainment, mining, and information technology, calling on youths to take advantage of them.
Agriculture, you have the Young Farmer Scheme that has been introduced, you have the Anchor Borrowers Program, you have many policies that have been introduced that will yield jobs.
He also reiterated that the current administration is not resting on its oars to provide more infrastructural developments capable of attracting both local and international investments to the country.
If there are roads that states want, why not? We have sat in Federal Executive Council meeting where roads were ceded to states before. So it can happen if the right moves are made.
On the state of the nation's security, the presidential spokesman said the present administration is winning the war against insurgency, saying that the insurgents have been denying their territories, which they had captured before Buhari's administration began.
In Nigeria, tackling insecurity is work in progress.
While calling on all Nigerians not to let down their guards in the war against common enemy COVID-19, Femi Adesina advised Nigerians to adhere strictly to all public safety protocols laid down by the authorities, as well as project a better Nigeria in the coming year.
Meanwhile, researchers at the Institute of Agricultural Research, Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, have developed 2 varieties of crops which are drought and pest resistant and suitable for planting in arid zone. To introduce these crops to farmers in the Northwest Zone, a one-day sensitization workshop was organized in Kano to abreast participants with the mode of planting the new improved varieties. Hadiza Mohammed Ali reports that the breakthrough is part of ongoing efforts to ensure nation's food security.
Over the years, farmers around sub-Saharan Africa are suffering losses of their crops, which remains a major contributory factor to decrease in output. To address this challenge and improve food security, Institute of Agricultural Research, Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, in collaboration with African Agricultural Technology Foundation, came up with a genetically modified Taylor maize and pod borer resistant cowpea, which are drought and pest resistant. Farmers are optimistic that with more collaborative efforts and improved agricultural research, Nigeria will stand on its feet in food production and economic growth.
Well, I've come to understand that as a farmer, when I plant hybrid maize, after 1 year, I have to look for seed again because the potentials of that seed as a hybrid is weakened.
The organizers of this occasion has brought the solution of drought, that is by supplying us with the good seed that is resistant to drought.
Experts say nationwide demonstration indicates that genetically improved seeds prove successful in 10 states of the Federation.
The improvement along that line has been accomplished and is one of the most difficult constraints of cowpea production.
So it is good. It is good impression. I think that PBR cowpea is on its way to be a very good success. Taylor maize will also may enjoy the same success.
They, however, advocated for more agricultural research funding to achieve the nation's agricultural diversification agenda of the federal government. In Kano, Hadiza Muhammad Ali, NTA News.
And talking security, Cross River State government has launched the 2021 Armed Forces Remembrance Emblem with a call on Nigerians to support families of fallen heroes and the armed forces to stamp out terrorism for peace to reign in the country. Paul Abel reports.
The Armed Forces Remembrance Appeal Emblem launch is a yearly national ritual to support the welfare of families of those who lost their lives during peacekeeping operations and while defending the territorial integrity of Nigeria, as well as honoring ex-servicemen. The Cross River State government promises to support the Nigerian Legion and meet some of the requests presented by the chairman of the state.
I wish to appeal to all residents in the state to support the Legion by procuring and wearing the emblem with pride to identify with those who laid down their lives for the peace and security of our fatherland.
I now have the honor and privilege and pleasure to formally launch the 2021 Armed Forces Remembrance Emblem on behalf of government with a sum of 1 million naira.
High point of the launch was the symbolic decoration of dignitaries at the event. The climax of the Armed Forces Remembrance Week is slated for the 15th of January 2021 with the laying of wreaths at the tomb of the unknown soldier. In Calabar, Paul Abel, NTA News.
The Police Service Commission has explained that promotions of senior police officers are based on availability of vacancies, seniority, merit, and absence of any pending disciplinary matter. Reacting to comments by Ohaneze Ndibo, the Commission in a statement said there are laid down rules, regulations, and conditions which an officer must satisfy before promotion. The Commission reiterated that it allowed the Inspector General of Police, who is the operational head of the police, to recommend qualified and deserving officers to the Commission for promotion, adding that it does not approve promotion of any police officer based on ethnic or any other consideration. It also debunks the rumor that commissioners of police in the southeast are all from the north. Next is weather forecast for Tuesday. The news ends here, but remember to connect with NTA and stand against rape and rapists.